This will be an 80 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff attorney is Mr. Wilson, capital W-I-L-S-O-N. Defense attorney, Mr. Jones, capital J-O-N-E-S. Let's start with the plaintiff. Ready? Okay. The one that got in the accident got in an accident. I have no idea what the other guy did. Okay, let me ask it again. I'm trying to, just so you know, what I'm trying to do is take us down as we're going westbound on Main. I know as you're going westbound on Main that there came to be a point where you had this sigh of relief that the other motorcyclists were now in front of you, but there's still the guy who was involved in the accident was still behind you, right? And the other guy, there were two of them, and the other guy, possibly three. Okay, all right. What I want to do is now take that moment in time when there was the guy involved in the accident was still behind you. Yes, possibly one or two others still behind you, right? And the other ones were now in front of you. If I could take a snapshot of time and look at a bird's eye view, where would you be on Main at that time? Right before the accident. When you say right before the accident, you think you were within 500 feet of the accident or less. Okay, 500 feet or less. 500 feet or less? Yes. Okay. So at that point in time, there's one, possibly two others still behind you. Yes. And this is when the other motorcyclists had gone in front of you, is what I'm saying. Is that right? Yes. You're talking about all the 30, 40, 50 of them, however many. Yes, they were now in front of you. Yes, and the guy ultimately involved in the accident was still behind you. Yes, safe distance as you mentioned. Yes, and maybe one or two others. Yes. Now with regard to at that moment, when you were approximately 500 feet or a little less behind where the accident actually happened. Where was the motorcyclist that was ultimately involved in the accident riding? Was he in the lane, in the westbound lane? Yes. And the other two still there, 1 or 2, were they still in the westbound lane? Yes. And do you have any estimate of speed as to how fast they would have been going at that time? Would they have been going about your speed? I would say so. Yes. All right, the word list. We have Main, capital M-A-I-N. And it looks like that's it for the word list. And that will conclude our 80 practice Q&A test.